Hello, my name is Alyssa Skiles, and I'm about to share with you an opportunity for your student to travel to Italy and Spain. So, what I'm going to do first is share my screen. So, just give me a second to do that. And it's a PowerPoint, so I'm going to share my entire screen. And here we go. Okay, so as it says, welcome future travelers. I'm very excited to present this opportunity to you. It's something that I have never done before. I've never taken students out of the country. I have taken them within the country on trips, but never outside of. So let's talk a little bit about the trip. Italy and Spain, we're going to visit Rome, Florence, and Valencia, and Barcelona and Madrid. Those are the 5 major cities that we'll be visiting. Here's our agenda. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit more. We're going to talk about our itinerary, what's included in your package, our travel partner, EF Tours, and safety and support, as well as the price and how to enroll. So, as I said, my name is Alyssa Skiles. This is my 8th year teaching at Eisenhower. I love it. It is the best job that I have had in my adult life. And that's not me making something up. That's definitely the truth. I love my job. Um, I have been a teacher since 2006. I've taught both high school and college. I left teaching for a tiny little bit to open my own business. It was a vintage secondhand clothing store, and it was a lot of fun. I taught college in the evenings. And I also was in the nonprofit world, in the arts world for a couple of years, and I taught as a part of their program management. So I'm a wife of 20 years. I'm a mom of 11 years to a wonderful daughter named Scarlett. I have traveled, as I said before, to Florida with students twice. I've also taken students on lots of little tours and field trips around the state. I personally have traveled to 7 different countries, and I've traveled across Canada. And so there's a lot of passion that I have for traveling. It excites me, and I really feel passionate about the importance of having the gift of travel in your life. So, what are some of those reasons why I travel? I travel to push myself out of my comfort zone, to try something new, and to also see if I can be successful in a new environment. I want to learn about other cultures. They remind me of how important my own culture is. It makes me realize that at the core, all humans just want love and respect. And no matter where I've gone, I can see those basic tenets to life. I have traveled to Cambodia, to Thailand, to Vietnam, as well as Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. I have never been to Europe. So this will be my first opportunity to travel across the pond and visit a couple of wonderful countries in Europe. So EF Tours, they're our tour consulting company, and they are the ones that are going to run the tour. They have 55 years of experience, and they have staff on the ground 365 days a year in over 50 countries, including an office in Madrid, Spain, which is important to us because we know that they're close to us when we're in Italy and Spain. They're world leaders in international education, and they are accredited, just like our school is. Our tour consultant's name is Kate Fitzsimmons, and she offers tours to all of these cities that you can see have the pink dots, or I'm sorry, schools that have the pink dots across Washington. Local ones that she works with are Sela High School, LaSalle, Wapato, Sunnyside, Moses Lake, and Grandview. And they're all going on trips within the next year. So here's our tour. We're going to do Rome, for 2 nights, Florence for 2 nights, fly over to Madrid for 2 nights, take the train to Barcelona for 2 nights, and then down to Valencia for 2 nights, and then we'll fly home. There's lots of different things that we're going to see. You can see, for example, a guided tour of Vatican City, a tour of Rome. There'll be time for us to explore on our own. We'll see the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. I'm really excited about that. In Florence, we're going to visit the San Lorenzo Market. We're going to have a local tour, and then we fly to Madrid. And in Spain, we're going to take a walking tour of Madrid. We're going to visit the Royal Palace. Then we'll take that train down to Barcelona. We'll do a tour of Las Ramblas, and then we'll visit Sagrada Familia and explore some of the local sites and cuisine before we travel to Valencia. In Valencia, we're going to do a hands-on ceramic workshop. I'm really excited about this. And then we're also going to enjoy some time at the beach. Now, 2 of the excursions we added to this trip that are not in that in the last couple of pages are, one, we're going to travel to the Roman catacombs underneath the city of Rome and take a tour down there. And then also in Barcelona, we're going to have a flamenco night. And so we'll be able to see and honor the tradition of flamenco dancing. We're going to do things like toss a coin in the Trevi fountain, or Trevi. I always get that wrong. You're going to gaze up at the Duomo. You're going to visit the official residence of the Spanish royal family. And also, we're going to sample a lot of local cuisine. Now, this is important. It is a 12-day tour, but they've asked us, EF Tour has asked us to book off 2 days before and 2 days after so that we get the best flights and the best tour package. And so we may leave as early as April 1st or 2nd or 3rd, or we may return as late as the 14th, 15th, or 16th. One thing to note is that we are taking a week off after spring break. So we will be gone for 2 weeks at spring break instead of the 1. So your student needs to be aware of the fact that they will miss some classes and will have to make up that work. If they're proactive, I would ask for them to get their work ahead of time. There is a huge flight to get us all the way to Italy. And so that would be the perfect opportunity to make sure they're on top of their studies. And then in the evenings, when we have some quiet time, I'm sure that they could work on their homework as well. So what's included in our itinerary? So there are 4 things that are not included in the grand price, and I'll talk about those in a second. And then there are 8 that are included in the grand total. What's included? First, your round trip airfare. And this means airfare that's inside the countries as well. So we will be flying from Italy to Spain, for example. That's included, as well as the flight from Seattle to Rome, and then from Valencia home to Seattle. So those are all included, all your flights. All your hotel stays are included as well. Students will be bunking with others, and so there'll be groups of 3 to 4 students per room. Regional style meals for breakfast and dinner. So that means that you can count on having all your breakfasts covered and then all your dinners covered underneath of the tour. We have a tour director who will meet us in the airport at Rome and will not leave us until we fly out of Valencia. And so the very cool thing about this is that there's always somebody there organizing us, figuring out, when we have to be at our buses, what time we need to be at the airport, all of that kind of fun stuff. So it's not just me that's handling that, it's also the EF tour director. It includes transportation on tour, including some comfortable motor coach buses and the train as well. And so all of that travel, aside from the airline travel, is also covered. We also get local guides. So not just our tour director, but we get guides that are from the local area in each of the major cities that we go to. So the cool thing is we really get to dive into the culture because we're actually working with and touring with individuals who live, breathe, and sleep that culture. And so we can ask as many questions as we want. They're bilingual, so we won't have any problems with the local dialect, etc. Guided sightseeing at all of the destinations has been included. So that means that the tour guides and the local guides will be with us when we're going into the different sites. And the entrance to all the landmarks and attractions are taken care of as a part of your tour total. So what are you responsible for? What is not included in your tour price? Passports. So if you don't have a passport, you need to start on that very quickly because we ask for all the passport information to be uploaded by September. And it takes a while to get a passport. So please, 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 if you have not gotten one already, go ahead and look into that and get your passport. Baggage fees are not included, meaning that when you check a bag with a major airline, they're going to charge you between $20 and $35 per way for that bag to be checked. And so you will be in charge of your own baggage fees. I don't know at this point whether or not that'll just include from Seattle to Rome and then from Valencia to Seattle, or if that also includes the trip between Italy and Spain. My guess is it does. So you probably will have 3 baggage fees that you're responsible for. Until they book the airlines and tell us who we're flying with, we won't know how much those cost. But again, they're between $20 and $35. You also need to be responsible for tips for your local guides, the bus drivers, and your tour director. This equals about €10 per day, which is just a little over $11. So you have to add up the 12 days that we're there and multiply it by $11 to find out exactly how much you owe for your tour director, local guides, and bus drivers. And that's one lump sum. Everybody in the tour will give all of that to one person, probably me, and then I'll present it to the tour guide or the tour director so that he can then or she can then divide it amongst the people that earned it. Then the last thing is snacks and some meals. So lunches are not included, and you can lunch anywhere from $3 or €3 for a meal, up to like 40 or 50 euros per meal, depending on what you want to do. Obviously, the cheaper cuisine is things like McDonald's. They have McDonald's over there, or like street food, like from a cart or from a small vendor. And then you can have sit down meals where you try some of the local cuisine that will cost more money. So I would, if I were you, budget between 10 and 15 euros a day, which is between 11 and $17. And that should allow you to have the flexibility and the freedom to choose to do a cheap lunch one day and a little more expensive another day, or do some snacks throughout the day and then have a nice meal the next day. It's totally up to you. The last thing that you're responsible for, which is not on this list that came from EF, is your souvenirs. So if there's anything that you want to bring home to your loved ones who helped get you to Italy and Spain, you need to be able to budget for that ahead of time so that you can pick some things up along the way that remind you of what an awesome trip you had. So why do I partner with EF? Well, EF came to me through other educators who had traveled with them. And I am very familiar with their tours because I know of colleagues who have traveled with EF. They have local support and insight worldwide. They have safety and incident response teams. And what's really important about that is if something happens while we're there, they have a team that will come to us. And because they have people all through Italy and Spain, the way that they respond is quite quickly. And so if we need somebody to help us deal with an event that has happened, they will respond to us and help us with that. Navigating what it's like to have something happen in a foreign country is completely comfortable for them. And so I feel comfortable knowing that we are all safe and that if anything happens, we have a team that will respond. They have rigorous health standards, and they have that 24/7 tour director. And then, of course, the chaperone team response, which comes from myself and the other educators that are going to be traveling with me. So I forgot to tell you earlier, but it's not just going to be me that's traveling from Ike. We also have Mr. Clark, who's the drama and theater teacher, and Mrs. Seha, who is one of our assistant principals. So those will be our chaperones on the journey, and we're really looking forward to the opportunity to travel with your students. Now, here's a little bit from the education perspective. EF gives every student a personalized learning guide so that they can learn as they go while they're on location. They also offer high school and college credit. So students can earn half a credit for high school, which is included in your tour package, Or for a small fee, they can earn 3 college credits. And by small fee, I mean small fee. It costs $215 to get 3 college credits. And that's cheap, dirt cheap compared to how much credits normally cost through college. So if you're interested in something like that, let me know. And I'll put you in connection with Kate Fitzsimmons, the tour consultant, and she will let you know what you have to do in terms of an additional project to get your college credit. They also have an essay guide, the EF College Essay Guide, which will help you use your tour as inspiration to write essays to potential colleges. So we have lots of support partners. There's our tour consultant. That picture is of Kate. She's really great. She's been super helpful. She's very friendly and energetic and answers questions very quickly. There's a traveler support team. So if you need to ask questions as a parent or a student, anything from payments to dietary needs or what ifs or how to's, and I'm sure there's a lot of what ifs because you are sending your child on a very big journey. And me as a parent, the first thing I would say is, what if this? What if that? And so they're there to calm your nerves and to make sure that you are getting everything that you need from the program. The tour director will be there, and then, of course, me as the group leader. So I'm there to help support all of you along with my chaperone team, which we talked about. So there is travel protection. And what is included in the tour is a general travel protection for coverage for baggage and property, and then also trip cancellation and interruption and more. Now there's a global travel protection plus, which is an extra $295. That allows for cancellation for any reason up to 24 hours prior to departure. If you want more information on the global travel protection and the plus version of it, let me know and I can put you in contact with the travel protection insurance firm so that they can help you to understand more of what qualifies and what doesn't qualify for cancellations, etc. Now, how do we make this happen? It's a lot of money, and I'm going to show you the numbers in a second. But first of all, I wanted to let you know there are global citizen scholarships through EF. They give around $100,000 away each year, and it's needs and merit based. And so all you have to do is make a video and submit it and follow those easy directions that they have on the website. And I would just suggest everybody do it because you never know who's going to get selected. And hey, it's free money, right? And with a trip this size, free money could make all the difference. And then also you get a tour donation page when you enroll. And so that allows for you to send out a donation page to your friends, families, and loved ones. And that allows you to receive donations that go directly to your monthly payment. So what does it look like financially? The full tour cost is $4,540, and that's in full. If you end up signing up by January the 21st, it says 28th, but it's actually the 21st. If you enroll by January 21st, then you have the opportunity to earn a $100 discount. So what does this look like in terms of payments? Now you can pay biweekly if you would like, or you can pay monthly. The payment is the same amount per month. Monthly, you are owing $318, and that's based on the full price at 15 months to pay off. If you wait to enroll in the trip, every month that you wait, the monthly fee goes up. So because it has to be paid by March of next year. So what are we going to do to raise funds? Well, most schools, they just say, here's the amount that you have to pay for the trip, and we're not helping you fundraise at all. It's either you pay it or you don't pay it. You go or you don't. Mr. Clark and I have decided that we really want you to have the opportunity to fundraise. Now, fundraising will not necessarily align with your $318 per month. And so what I mean by that is you may make more in fundraising one month and less in fundraising the next month. And fundraising is run separate from EF Tours. They have nothing to do with that. This is all through our boosters account. And what a boosters account is, a parent-run bank account that helps to send students on journeys, whether it be to a competition or travel or buy new uniforms. There's all different things that a booster account can be used for. Our booster account is going to be used solely to send students to Italy and Spain. Every box of world's finest chocolate, that's a mouthful, that you sell, you get 45% of the sales. So each box costs $60. But you don't have to pay for it ahead of time. You're going to come and sign out a box or 2 or 3 or however many with me. You're going to take those either to Walmart, your parents' work, in the hallway to your friends, to teachers, and you're going to sell, sell, sell. And every time you sell a box, you bring all the $60 back to me. I put it into the booster account, and $27 is what you will withdraw at the end of the month. Now, we have to bring in all the money in order to show in the booster account what we are bringing in and putting out. And so once a month, you'll be paid for whatever fundraising you've done for that month from the booster account. So that makes it sort of easy for you to understand. If you sell 14 boxes, then you've covered your 318 for the month. I believe it's 14. I'm an art teacher and a leadership teacher, not a math teacher. So don't quote me on that. But I believe when I did the math, it was 14. And so if you sell 14 boxes of chocolate a month, then you're actually paying for your entire trip. So, but then you've got to account for the fact that, like in the summer, in July and August, we won't be as readily available to sell the chocolate bars to fellow students, etc. And so those might be months that you don't get any fundraising opportunities at all. In the fall, we'll be selling concessions to some of the sports, and all that money will be divided between the students that participate. So if there's an event and 4 students participate, we take the total and divide it by 4, the total profit, after the cost of the concession foods have been covered. So now it's time to enroll. So there was guaranteed 12 spots available. They've already been filled at this point, but I'm just asking people to enroll, and I think everything will be just fine when I talk on Tuesday with Kate Fitzsimmons. And I'm sure that it'll be just fine. Now, it says the enrollment deadline is January 28th. It's actually the 21st. It was a typo by me. And so make sure that you are enrolled by this coming Friday. And now enrollment is open. So if you look at the top here above the QR code, it says www.eftours.com/2503945MB. That 250 number is our tour number. And so if you put that 2503945MB into the tour search at EF Tours, it should pop up with our page, with our tour page. Or you can use the QR code if you would like and go on over and enroll. Now, of course, you probably have questions, and that's totally fine. If you email me at Skiles, SKILES, .Alyssa, ALYSSA, at ysd7.org, then you should be able to just ask me anything you like. And hopefully you already have that email because I sent you this link to the video on that email. So you should be able to just respond. This is a big deal. This is a big decision. And so please take your time, reach out whenever you need help. And I'm looking forward to seeing your student in April of 2023 as they take off for the adventure of a lifetime. All right. Take care, you guys. I am going to stop recording if I can figure this out. And I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.